All right, so how about Trevor Lawrence? He looked really good. It was really impressive, in fact. It might be the most impressive performance so far by these rookies. Maybe Mac Jones week one, but it's him or Lawrence. I thought Lawrence looked really good in this game. I'd probably give the edge to Lawrence, actually. I know the numbers aren't anything crazy. Again, yeah, you know how box score stats drive me crazy with the only 204 passing yards and no touchdowns, but you got to keep in mind he only threw the ball 24 times, so that's actually really good efficiency. And doesn't turn the ball over, has a rushing touchdown. The team had 3 rushing touchdowns, so that's a lot of why it was. This film was very good from Lawrence, so let's just jump into it and talk about what went well for the #1 overall pick. So for one thing, just stuff like this, I felt like this game was the first time in the NFL he really showcased his physical tools and just how physically gifted he is. I mean, we saw flashes weeks 1 through 3, but this is the first time we saw him do it consistently, and it's like, okay, wow, this looks incredible. Even in an NFL game, the way he throws it just looks different than the way other guys throw it. So this play is going to be a zone coverage play. You see a receiver running a route that it'll get open sort of towards the sideline in that flat area. It's a good route to go towards. Also, this is going to be a rollout for Lawrence. And watch him just take this rollout, sees him open immediately, makes the throw quickly, and just a great throw off balance. To get it there that quickly is the thing. People pay more attention to accuracy than speed, but if he had a less strong arm, it probably takes a little bit longer to get there. Someone can run over and knock the ball away. And it also helps that it's perfectly accurate. So Lawrence just has that perfect, connection of not only does he have a huge arm, but he's incredibly accurate with it and can throw off balance. It's that kind of stuff. That's why he's such a great prospect and such, turning into a good NFL quarterback already. Something like this was fun, so it's going to be man coverage, and this is why you gotta remember that, yes, a quarterback might have some flaws as a rookie, but they're going to get better. And in fact, Lawrence looked way better in this in terms of the reads he was making. One thing I brought up a lot in college is Clemson offense, kind of a one-read offense. It's going to take him some time to learn, how to get to his second read. I also said I think he will, but just that it would take him some time. Apparently, that time was just 3 weeks because he's already learning how to do stuff smartly. This is a man coverage play, and watch what happens on his first read, which is a man coverage beater. Watch. Lawrence takes the snap, and he's going to look towards Laviska Shenault. Second down and 10. It looks a little bit open. There actually is a Cincinnati player who's playing it well. You just kind of can't see him behind a couple other players. It's sort of a pick play. So Lawrence doesn't want to make this throw. Lawrence is going to do the right thing by not making the throw. Even though you look at him right now, he's in the throwing motion, right? Look at his hand. He's definitely thinking about it, but he's going to think better and decide not to make this throw. He also knows it's man coverage, right? So what's one thing you can do in man coverage if the receivers that you want to throw to aren't open? Well, you can run with the football because the chances are there aren't too many Cincinnati players paying attention to you. They're instead paying attention to the receivers they're supposed to cover. Lawrence puts the ball down, and then he's just going to scramble out, and he ends up picking up a first down right here. Lawrence's athleticism, his ability to move, it's always been a thing he's very good at, but I felt like he showed it off a lot in this game. He really showed the physical tools that he has, not just throwing the ball, but also running with the football. And there was something like this too. It's just this, I don't know exactly the best way to describe it. I guess just good decision making, not necessarily even, him saying that's a bad throw there, got to throw it to someone else, or, got to throw this one away, which he did throw some balls away, which is nice to see. But even sometimes it's the opposite. This is a good throw. I got to make it immediately. This one is an example where it's zone coverage, but this route is going to get open quickly because there's not really a Cincinnati player who starts off covering that route, right? One could eventually clog that route up. That's typically how it happens. But right when this play starts, it will be open. So Lawrence takes the snap and he fires it there immediately. And they're able to pick up a first down right there. Even if it was a quick tackle, you're still gaining 8 yards on a 1st and 10. That's what you want to see happen. And if he sort of hesitated a little bit, that's probably not anything. Maybe it still is, but he guaranteed they could get as many yards as possible by throwing it there quickly. That's just a good, quick decision that you don't always see from rookie quarterbacks. Moving on to this one. This one was a lot of fun to see as well. man coverage. You have a route, deeper route over the middle. Listen, we saw some highlight reel level plays from Lawrence too. Sure, the smaller stuff I'm actually more excited about because that tells me that he's growing as a quarterback and he's going to become a complete quarterback probably this season. But the other thing is that you have stuff like this, which is going to be a splash play. Just watch Lawrence and watch this throw. I mean, the quick release and the power he gets on it, just boom. It's going to be incredible. There's not a lot of separation here. Basically, there is a mailbox he has to throw this ball to 30 yards down the field, maybe even more than that. This is a really high degree of difficulty play, and these are the high degree of difficulty plays that, I mean, let's be honest, that Gardner Minshew doesn't make, right? We all liked Gardner Minshew, but like this is the value of upgrading with Trevor Lawrence. And as you see, just a thing of beauty all the way down the field. I mean, what a throw that was. And great catch too on the sidelines. So that's just kind of, one of those wow type plays. And trust me, watch his college tape. You will see some that just, shock you with how good they are. I mean, you've already seen that, I'm sure. Everyone's probably aware of that. I want to talk about this very next play. I love this. So this is going to be a quarterback option play, which I love. I think that's so smart. Why am I gushing over a pretty simple play? Well, the reason why is because, think about it. So to get this long play, well, now they're in the hurry-up offense mentality, which is, we got to snap the ball quickly because we don't want them to challenge. They don't know if it's a completion, and Cincinnati's the one that has to make the decision if they want to challenge or not. So for Jacksonville, give them less information. Don't give them a full 40 seconds to know if they should or shouldn't challenge it. Basically make them have to make a gut decision without replay. We all get how that works. Nothing too fancy. But almost always what you see teams do is on a play like this, you just hand the ball off, right? You get a couple yards, whatever. That's your typical play. You have a play call, whatever it is. You call that play call. Everyone hurries up to the line. You run the ball, run power or whatever you want to run, and then go to your next play. So doing the read option on this, I just think it's so clever, and what a nice twist there. So Urban Meyer getting a lot of criticism, and some of it I get. I mean, your team's 0-4. I understand it, but at the same time, whoever came up with this idea, hats off to you. Also, let's talk about the option play itself. We saw Lawrence do this a few times, and listen, a quarterback who can run with the football, it changes the way teams have to play against you, which makes things so much easier for that quarterback. And especially young quarterbacks, having that ability to move, it's just going to make things easier. Watch, Lawrence is going to take the snap right here, and you see how, he keeps the ball himself, and that Cincinnati edge rusher very much rushes in, so now Lawrence has some room towards the side that he can move. Lawrence then is going to be able to run well and slides, a bit of a late slide. They throw the flag, but then pick it up. So you got to slide, I guess, a little bit earlier, but still doing his best to protect himself. Really a great play by, good play by Lawrence, but great play call as well. And he had a lot of success doing this stuff all night long. And that really helps you, especially when you're a young quarterback. So yeah, what a fun game. I mean, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, two guys that are kind of, the potential future of the NFL. Who knows? Maybe that's a future AFC championship down the line. That would be fun. Two guys that I think a lot of people feel like can change the franchise. And, so far for Cincinnati, they're 3-1. Obviously, to me, the more interesting story is the, number one quarterback of this year's draft kind of having a breakout performance. But I might make one about Burrow eventually as well. I've already made a Joe Burrow video this season, although I think I made multiple Lawrence videos this season, so it goes both ways. But yeah, very exciting stuff. What did you guys think about Trevor Lawrence's performance? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.